Yes, very cosmopolitan. Tombstone, released in 1993 and is directed by George P. Cosmatos after replacing original director Kevin Jarre at the last minute, and he's directed such films like Rambo First Blood Part 2, Cobra, Leviathan, and Shadow Conspiracy. And this film is starring Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, and Mr. Bill Paxton. Wyatt Earp has just recently retired as being a peace officer and is looking to settle down in a nice quiet village somewhere. And he's brought along his best buds with him, Virgil Earp, Morgan Earp, and Mr. Doc Holliday. And things seem to be going very well until the cowboys ride into town, start stirring up all corruption and mischief. And all of a sudden, Wyatt Earp gets the call back to become that peacemaker and start shooting towns and people up. The film is a straightforward, macho, just gun-slinging, mustache-twirling western of a film. It's a trope that is almost as old as stories to begin with. Someone who used to be a complete badass is now a little bit older in their age and they want to settle down, they want to get married, they want to have a wife, they want to have children, they want to start a family, they just want to retire and relax in peace. But there's always going to be that evil something in the world that is going to always call them back in. Just like Godfather 3, right? Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Hooah! But if you're looking for just a straight-up fun action movie, even if you're not into westerns, I mean, this film, it's on cable networks all the time. It's one of the go-to action movies, I think. Basically, if you just like measuring dicks and like seeing dicks measured to each other, here's Tombstone for you. I could probably sum up every single scene in this movie by saying one guy comes in, and then another guy comes in, and they pull out their dicks, and they put them side by side, and they measure them. And then the one that's bigger wins. And then the next scene happens. Very cosmopolitan. And obviously some of these guys are winning more often than not. It's really a movie that you really don't have to invest a lot of thought into. Some gunslingers come into town to retire, and then the cowboys come in, they're causing all types of ruckus, and then they get the call to action to come back and be peace officers and peacemakers again. They start shooting up the cowboys, and then the cowboys shoot back at them, and then the peacemakers, they shoot back at the cowboys. And then it's a whole back and forth thing until, like, the good guys win. There you go. This was actually the very first time that I watched this film all the way through from start to finish. I've seen this movie, I have seen it in completion, just not straight through. I have caught little glimpses here, little glimpses there. Like I said, it's on cable networks all the time, like every single weekend. And I seem to always catch this movie right when all four of them are walking down the road in that badass sultry strut that they make. We're cool. Well, this walk definitely proves it. But this film can't just be marketed to the male gender. We have to get the women into the theaters and watching this movie too. So what do? We shoehorn this really weak affair/love story in here. And I know it's a love story because whenever Kurt Russell and Dana Delaney are on screen, a whole bunch of strings start playing. You know, to let you know that, hey, this is about love. Dana Delaney, who I was watching this entire time, and I'm like, I know you. I know you from somewhere. I can't put your face to anything. But gosh, you seem so familiar. Some of you probably know what I'm about to say, but she is the voice of Andrea from Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Andrea! Terrible Kevin Conroy impersonation. And then she later went on to become the voice of Lois Lane in the Superman animated series in the 90s. So that's where I know her from. Of course, I couldn't picture her face anywhere because I only know her voice. I listened to her voice all the time growing up. By the way, those cartoons still hold up. Batman, Superman, Justice League, all those animated series from early to late 90s. Perfection. But like I said, it's a love story because strings start emotionally playing, and they look at each other longingly, even though they know it's not right, because he's married, but gosh darn it, I love him, and I just want to ride off with him and get room service somewhere. It's weak, it's cheesy as hell, but you go with it. Really, this movie, in my opinion, is best known for Val Kilmer's performance of Doc Holliday. I don't know if any of you have performed before, in community theater, or if you've seen a movie where an actor, it's clear that they are just head and shoulders above everyone else. Like, they've taken the script, they've ordered a hotel room, ordered some room service, and they go in there and they just bang it out for like 7 minutes. That's how much Val Kilmer owns this character and this movie. Yes, I just made the metaphor of an actor having sex with a script. But that's exactly what Val Kilmer did here. He is tremendous here. He owns every single scene that he is in. Everyone just pales in comparison whenever he's on screen. If someone has dialogue with him, I pity them, because Val Kilmer is just gonna wipe the floor with them. Which is hard to do, because the acting performance style, it's a give and take, right? It's a collaboration between a couple of actors and the director. But Val Kilmer here, he is just, like I said, he owns every single person that comes on screen and talks to him. He owns the scene, he owns the script, he owns the director, he owns this movie. If Val Kilmer is not in this movie, I don't think this movie would be as popular as it is. And it's a strange movie when it comes to, like, critic reception. Well, some critics say it's one of the best westerns ever made, and then some, like, western diehards are like, no, that is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not a western guy myself. I've liked a couple of westerns that I've watched. Some of you know my takes on the good, the bad, the ugly. I've read that comment section. But in terms of a western, in terms of a good action movie, I think you're completely satisfied here. Is it anything spectacular? No, not at all. Is it cheesy in some parts? Oh god, yes. Is the revenge plot line and the horse riding kind of montaged up? Yeah. People give Captain America the First Avenger, that whole part when he's actually Captain America, all done in a montage, they give that movie crap. Did they give this movie crap when that was happening? When Wyatt Earp's taking out all the cowboys, it's a montage. I don't know. I had a good time with this movie. I think it's kind of like just right in the middle of the scale. If we're gonna tip it a little bit, it's definitely because of Val Kilmer. So I'm gonna give Tombstone 3 out of 5 Blu-rays.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my videos, where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next. And the next one comes as a recommendation from one of my longtime subscribers who's given me many recommendations. I've done a lot of her recommendations actually over the years, but it's been a while just because I've gotten so many coming in. But I think it's time that we return to her recommendations. This is from Kristen Weissner. She's a former co-worker of mine, and she requested her own theme song, so there you go, Gone with the Wind. But she recommended the young adult drama, Fault in Our Stars. Oh, joy. A movie about young love and cancer. Yep, no tears are going to be shed with that one. I have seen it before, only once. I remember actually really liking it. A lot of tough subject matter in there, though, so do we need that in this world right now? But I am excited to check it out. Thank you very much, Kristen, for the recommendation. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, leave a recommendation below this video, or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter, and leave your recommendation there. If I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. So guys, have you seen Tombstone? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you saw here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of The Fault in Our Stars. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.